I'm just kind of procrastinating and wasting time. But I noticed that when I flip through my sketchbook, my favorite pages are these ones, especially this. And part of me wonders if it's because of the black background. Because it looks more like a printed book even, because of this weird dark background. And so, today I didn't feel like drawing, so I painted some pages black, especially pages with really light colors that kind of just got lost in the background, like this for example. It's sort of boring. It's mostly just white. I did some of the pages in the back and did copper writing on it. Just like little details like this change the entire look of it. Like, it seems silly because I know that sketchbooks aren't meant to be places where things look good, you know? But at the same time, if it's so boring and it's meant to be temporary and a place of process, then why keep the sketchbooks? You know, why not just throw them out and recycle them every time you finish one? I really like this one. It really makes the colors pop, that's the thing. So I'm just doing that. It's really kind of cheap craft paint. It's not very shiny, which is what I like. I'm having fun with it. It's really relaxing. And then I end up with a completely different looking sketchbook at the end of it. I've been procrastinating like crazy, but I started a little bit on this painting. It's going blah blah, but that's because, of course it is. It's hard to paint around stuff. I'm hoping that doesn't go bad. I'm taking one of these empty spaces and I'm writing about it because I haven't actually sent in the forms or anything yet because I still have some writing to do. I still need I need a artist biography, which I think I can just recycle from the last time, and because my life is still the same, so what changes there? I might make it sound nicer. I don't know. But I really need an artist statement, and that's the hardest thing. But in this case, because I'm going with a theme, it should be easy peasy. So what I'm doing is living spaces, right? Because that's what this is. I've been painting places that I go to, but I'm trying to illustrate them as they are, as they make me feel, as they reflect, whatever. And it might be a really narrow perspective because it's mine, as valuable as that is, I'm sure. So I really want to do this right, and in high school we used to do 11-sentence essays. I think it was like reducing, or it was condensing an essay down to a paragraph by dividing things into bits. Like, for example, here I'm doing a really quick outline. I don't know what this is going to go. But say my thesis is spaces are alive. So if I'm trying to say with my paintings that these spaces are not just places, but they're living spaces that are alive, I'm going to come up with 3 support sentences to demonstrate why I think that is. Like support 1, they respond to our care and neglect. Just like people, if you don't take care of them, they fall apart. But if you do, they are completely different spaces. I'm not saying these may be kind of weak, alright, but it's just art, it's okay. Support 2, they reflect our use of the space and memory. For example, like a place that is completely filled with happy people is different from a space that's the same space if it's empty, or if it's filled with mourning people, if it's just filled with animals. The same space could be a completely different feeling and a different thing entirely according to what's happening inside of it. I think that's really an interesting thing about places, so I kind of wanted to include something like that. And support number 3, they're like meeting people. So if I go to a new place that I've never been to before, it terrifies me, and that's probably just me, because I'm generally afraid to leave the house. But yeah, if I go to a place the first time, I don't know what to expect. I get really nervous. I don't know how to act in a place. I don't know if I'm going to fit in, you know. And sometimes I'm too scared to go inside. It's just like meeting a person. And if you kind of get comfortable in a place, if it's better than you expected, if it's peaceful, blah blah blah, you might come to fall in love with it. I'm a homebody, so I know that in my apartment, for example, I am so in tune with my space that if I were to move away, it would be like saying goodbye to a family member. And these are all things that kind of give places life. And I know that if I lay out a thesis like this, if I have 1, 2, 3 sentences and then a few sub sentences to go with each 3 supports, that should bulk into a nice fluid paragraph. And so hopefully maybe that will turn into something that would be helpful for you guys. I don't know. Just a thought. What you got there, Mo? Why are you hurting this poor little grasshopper? I'm gonna try the super refreshing balcony pool. So cold. Oh, he's so handsome. He's trying to get away slowly. Oh no, he's changed his mind. Oh god, he's coming right for us. He's wiggling his ass. He's swallowing aggressively.